Destiny arrives all the same. Now it's here.
Come on with it. Mama said there will be days, literally, just like this. Come on with it. The name. It's Law Nation. Come on. Stand tall. Or not at all. Cowboy Nation. As they say, one thing we all adore. Something worth dying for. Yup. Come on with it. Yeah. Emmitt Smith. Oh, he hot. Frustrations. Or truth. And the truth shall set you free. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty we're free at last. Come on. Yup. All right. It's pleasure and pain. We stuck in this game. Holler my name. We all gonna die. We bleed through similar veins. Come on with it. Yeah. All right. And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, and be our guest. Be our guest. Put your magic to the test. Yeah. Shout out to Beauty and the Beast. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah. Come on with it. Stand tall, baby. All right. All right. Come on with it. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's independent group? All right. Who running? Shout out to you all. Bob Marley's birthday today. Oh, man. Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be all right. Shout out to you, Angie. Appreciate you. Darius, yeah, wait a minute. Hey, Darius, I can't repeat tense por favor on that one. No way. But I feel you, man. Shout out to you, dog. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Wait a minute, Angie. Oh, my gosh. Jeez. All right, goodness. Well, she's asking for the long stroke today. Please, All right, so at the end of the day, before we get things going, buckle up, Cowboy Nation. My guy, Emmitt Smith, spoke, and we're going to get right to it. And, of course, the phone lines will be open, so grab your seat. And that's so I won't feel like, hey, nobody's tuning in. And let's keep the engagement up. We need the engagement from all of you all so that we know that we're doing the right thing. And join the notifications. Holly, man, boy, what is going on, y'all? Wait a minute. Yeah, what is going on? It's not nighttime yet, but I guess the kids should be in school today, right? All right, so if they listening, then we can get things going. But for those who don't know, man, I'm going to be here for a second.
On the real, me and your mama are getting real serious.
So
it look like I'm going to be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be your daddy or nothing. But if you need some advice,
feel free
to talk to me.
Comes to the Cowboys right now, he's going to get beat up. I don't think we're ready. We don't have the right mindset. We don't have the right commitments. I just talked about commitments and being disaligned. I think we're drafting exciting pieces. Back to your point earlier about winning. Exciting pieces that would get fans, we got Ashton Genty. We're going to be able to run the ball. Okay. You're trying to tell me Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle could not carry that team? No. There was no commitment to run the football. And when there was a commitment, when Dak Prescott went down, Rico ran the ball well. So don't tell me we can't run the football. Dak went down. They shifted from Cooper Kupp, well, not Cooper Kupp, but Cooper Rush. Yeah. It brought his passes down and created more runs for the running game. And then you start having this level of balance and start to show some kind of consistency. Need to do that the whole entire year. That's the formula.
So it states here, and I don't know, man, maybe the gray beard is messing with his mind, But, let the wisdom speak from Emmitt Smith, the one of my greatest running backs of all times in my mind. Let him speak, let him speak. And he state if he comes to the Cowboys, he's going to get beat up. He's talking about Ashton Genty, Pro Football Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith, for context, says that the Cowboys should not draft Boise State running back Ashton Genty. How do y'all feel about that? Because he with the belief that this team would be better with Ezekiel Elliott and Rico.
That I'm talking about. And so they shifted from Cooper Kupp, well, not Cooper Kupp, but Cooper Rush. Yeah. It brought his passes down and created more runs for the running game. And then you start having this level of balance and start to show some kind of consistency. Need to do that the whole entire year. That's the formula that I'm talking about. And so quit trying to do what everyone else is doing in the National Football League. Your quarterback is not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Joe Burrows. He's Dak Prescott.
He's shooting all types of shots over there. So how y'all feel about, that on Emmitt? He's trying to protect the 22 brand at all costs. And I'm telling y'all, the rerun, I'm supposed to put this on the back end of it. So disregard the title, disregard like all of the things that I said about this. But I want to say, how do you guys feel about Emmitt Smith thoughts on not drafting Ashton Genty, even though I think that he will bring plenty? What are y'all thoughts on that? And at the same time, is he right or is he wrong? Because two things can be true. He said that they was going to get beat up. Speaking from the context, to contextualize everything, he's speaking as if we still have Jeff Blasco and we still have Mike Solari, Mike McCarthy, or to a degree, we can go all the way back to when you've seen on the cover sheet Kellen Moore, right? So he's speaking on those behalves. So if you are to think, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the same team from last year, put ST in the chat, same team. If you think that this is going to be a new team, put NT in the chat, and this will be a new team. Have y'all seen what Clayton Adams was able to do? Now, from his thought tracks of what he's saying technically, is that Ashton Genty is no better than Rico. That's just for what it is. New team. Yeah, that's us. But from what he said, is that Rico can, if you pick up Rico now and put him on Boise, he would have been able to do all of those things too, by the way. So shout out to Rico, So may Emmitt Smith come out of retirement, please, I don't know, man. Oh my gosh, man. That is exactly what he said. Now, that's him talking to them group of people, and he got a chance to circle back, and I capture some audio from another set of people, and let me see if I can load that into the clip over here, and let's see if we can get that going. I appreciate y'all. Oh, I love y'all to the moon and back. Y'all know I do. And do this reconfirm, would you rather have Josh Simmons, right? Let's get a Josh Simmons, or an offensive lineman with the first pick. I say, man, we done with Ashton Genty, man. We done with drafting the running back in the first round. We done because Ezekiel Elliott was not good for us, man. So we done for that. We don't need to draft a running back in the first round. We can go get Scatterboo, baby. Let's get Scatterboo. Shit. Yeah. All right. So let's go with the next conversation.
Great Emmitt Smith with us here, Media Row in New Orleans. When we have you on, you always give us some hot sports opinions about the Cowboys. What are your feelings after watching the team this season?
I have nothing hot to say.
I like it hot.
The coaching change,
everything is about as cold as the cold as it is right now. Oh, man. I mean, coaching changes, I thought it was long overdue. No disrespect to Mike McCarthy, but, again, I can go back 2 years ago and saw how we got bounced out.
Hey, when people say no disrespect, yes, with all due disrespect. Come on, baby. Come on, Emmitt. I need to see you backpedal like Dion, But yeah.
Out of the playoff that 1 year, it was miserable just to see. I couldn't believe how unprepared we really were, and he validated that as well. They didn't do a good job of preparing the players. How can you not do a good job of preparing the players to play, and how can the players not do a good job themselves of preparing to play at this level? I mean, the one thing about Barry Switzer that I appreciate about Barry Switzer, he forced us as players to grow up and mature. When Jimmy had his thumb on all of us, which was great, but the responsibility fell on his shoulder, and I can understand why that burden can be very heavy for a man like Jimmy Johnson.
I wish. I want a 3-man podcast. Emmitt, Troy.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
And my guy, Michael Irvin. Ooh, 3-man podcast, man. The triplets. Ooh, man. Look, they could just do once a month. They do numbers, man. I just need to have those three talking about this because, come on, man, Emmitt, you losing me, man. You losing me, bro.
Jimmy had his thumb on all of us, which was great, but the responsibility fell on his shoulder, and I can understand why that burden can be very heavy for a man like Jimmy Johnson. He had to be the bad guy the whole time, while everyone else could be friends with the players. And Barry wanted us to grow up and be mature. That's all that was. That's one reason why he didn't get on everybody the way Jimmy did. And plus, he was probably too old to do it anyway. So at the end of the day, what motivates you? What gets you fired up every week to go out here and do something that you've been wanting to do for your whole entire life? This time you're getting paid for it. A lot of money. So why do I need to be motivated when I know if I go on this football field, I need to rush for 125 yards. I need to score touchdowns. That's my mindset, regardless of what the payments say. Because it's not necessarily about the payment no more because I done negotiated that. That's all behind me. It's about my performance and my performance on a consistent basis. So
my only drawback to this on Emmitt is that if it wasn't for Jimmy or your college coach, and he said this previously before, we fast forwarded to this moment, he wouldn't have been able to pull from those resources. You see, let me break this down to you all. The word "re" in front of sources, meaning that it had to pull from something. You get what I'm saying? There's source and then there's resource. And meaning when you read, that means just like cycling, it's recycling. You got to be able to pull from something. And I would tell you guys, if Shane Gailey, if Dave Campo, if it was to a degree Wade Phillips or Jason Garrett was Emmitt Smith's coach originally, he wouldn't have the ability to pull from any source that's reliable. Read. The front word of it is the ability to pull from it. You know, what gives you your energy? Law Nation, the source, the grand creator. So when I read, I'm able to pull from the resource. The source is of the matter of it. So I give it what he's saying. But in overall, the only reason why that particular team was able to win in 1995 through 96 or what have you that season is because they was able to pull from the source. And that was Jimmy Johnson. They had to say to themselves, we have to win in spite of the coaches. Right? We have to win in spite of the play design.
That is unacceptable. Coaches are there to put players in a position to make plays and to make a lot of plays. And if you're not doing that on a consistent basis, and it's not all about CD, and it's not all about Dak, and it's not all about Zeke, and it's not about it's a combination of everything. Offense, defense, we got a hell of a kicker. He's the best offensive player we got.
Yeah, he's incredible.
He's a weapon. And yet, we play to those kind of things versus playing to just to bring a diverse, balanced offense to everything. We have gotten away from our true identity. What built the Cowboys in the first 5 years of its existence under Jerry Jones?
Comes to the Cowboys right now.
Run the football and play some defense.
Damn it, it's simple.
Yeah.
It is very simple.
It looks like they're headed in that direction. Looks like the league is going that direction again. The running back is coming back, Emmitt.
Coming back. It never left.
Never left.
Well,
no,
with value and all that.
No.
Boy, I love the double talk. He said, what made them great? And let me rewind again. The first 5 years, getting back to what they do best. I'm going to say this again. You can't say on one end, and I'm not saying that Ashton Genty or bust, but there's never been in the history of the Cowboys' success of winning championships without the running back. Never. Never been in the history of that.
Jerry Jones.
Run the football and play some defense.
Did y'all hear that? Run some football and play some defense. You can't out-debate that. There's never been a successful Cowboys football team without running the ball and playing some defense. But here we are, and shout out to you, Eric, for the super chat. Your name is in, shout out to you. He says, hey, Law, this was a good live feed last night on the NFC East, Super Friends. That boy Louis T was hot all night with all of a lot of excuses. Yeah. Y'all check on him. You check on Louis T. And I thank you for your support, bro. Angie, he also sent some money over and said, hey, Angie, can you stop blocking him? Stop blocking the old bull. yeah. But neither here nor there. Let's rewind again. We got a long time. Y'all want me to slow stroke this thing and long it out, right? Yeah. Oh, my bad. Pause if necessary. So we going slow with it. Nice and slow.
Just to bring a diverse, balanced offense to everything. We have gotten away from our true identity. What built the Cowboys in the first 5 years of its existence under Jerry Jones?
Run the football and play some defense.
Damn it, it's simple.
Yeah.
It is very simple.
It looks like they're headed in that direction. Looks like the league is going that direction again. The running back is coming back, Emmitt.
Coming back. It never left. No,
with value and all that. Teams have been.
Don't start that bull junk. That's the marketing play of the National Football League. The running back position never left. What left was them trying to move from the running back position and put all that pressure on the quarterbacks to be everything that they want them to be.
And the truth shall set you free. That's the truth. Man, forget these quarterbacks, man. Run the ball. Play some sound defense. I seen Trent Difford win a Super Bowl. I'm old enough to remember Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. John Elway, as great and as wonderful as he was, he couldn't win the Super Bowl until they ran the ball and played good defense. The man had yellow teeth by the time he won the Super Bowl. And now, over 30 years now, all they talk about is John Elway. They forget about TD. They forget about their defense. They even forget about Shay Sharp to a degree. But you got to be able to do those two qualifiers. Now, granted, money, Pat Mahomes is in a whole different level of this, and we'll be rooting for him to see what he can do in this game in the few following days or what have you. But go back to his first Super Bowl, and you'll see who had the yards out there and what they were capable and eligible to do. Yeah.
Position never left. What left was them trying to move from the running back position and put all that pressure on the quarterbacks to be everything that they want them to be. And that's not the case. Yes, everybody that cannot run a RPO offense like Lamar Jackson.
Facts.
They wanted a Lamar Jackson. They wanted a Tom Brady. They wanted doggone Patrick Mahomes. And all these guys are different.
Yep.
All three of them I just mentioned are different. Russell Wilson tried to do some of that stuff, but he was good at certain things of it, certain aspects of it.
The only Super Bowl Russell Wilson got, what did he have? Come on. Y'all roll with me. Who did he have in the backfield? Could have been a two-time champ, by the way. But they tried to change the narrative. They got too cutesy, as they say. Run the ball, play sound defense. Bro, if Genty is there, you take him. And if this running back room is as great as it possibly is, then take another running back. How difficult is this, ladies and gentlemen? How hard is this? It can't be that hard. All you got to do, if he's the best player available, not saying that you pass up on Tet, but if you guys are professing that this running back class is as great as it is, double dip. Double dip. That's what you're supposed to do in this draft. And it will cover everything. If you miss on him, you still hit on another one. Hey, that's all you have to do. Let's not go into this thing and draft another offensive lineman and say, man, we really going to get them in the year 2027, dog. Yeah, here we go, man, 2027, 2028. Yeah, y'all better watch out. Nobody's like a Penei Sewell out of this particular draft. They don't have them in this draft. Offensive tackles and O-line are not that nice like that. There's not a Rashawn Slater in this draft. I don't see one in this particular draft. So don't reach and say, man, because of our misfortunes in the past with Tyler Guyton, maybe to a degree of us reaching and paying too much money for Terrence Steele, let's go again and go get another offensive lineman. Don't do that, Cowboy Nation. Get some weapons, man. Give me Burden then, man. Give me Luther, man. Van Draal's Burden. Give me him then. But don't fool around and give us another offensive lineman. Those are positions that takes time for you to develop and learn. Even to a degree, it took a long time. It took 2 years. People fail to realize it took at least 2 years for Tyron Smith to get right. They put him at right tackle, which was okay. And at that time, they had Doug Free at left tackle. Tony Romo had to bang on the table and said, hey, front office, I'm right-handed. I can see when that is broken up. I can spin and do the Tony Romo spin. It's the blind side that's killing me. Can we, he made the suggestion. Can we move Tyron Smith to the left tackle? Who's old enough to remember that interview, who remembered that quote, and who remembered that storyline? It wasn't the front office decision. It wasn't the coaching decision. They would have kept Tyron Smith at right tackle, and Doug Free would have been at left tackle. It took the quarterback to bang on the table and say, hey, please help me. It's the same thing that we're doing over and over again and expecting different results. And then they realized that, yeah, at least we can protect Tony Romo's blind side and put Doug Free on the right side. And Doug Free was still giving up blocks and stuff. He was the older day version of what we said out of Terrence Steele, you know? Shout out to Doug Free and them. Shoot. But let's listen to the rest of this. You know, let's listen to the rest of this.
Yes, everybody that cannot run a RPO offense like Lamar Jackson. They wanted a Lamar Jackson. They wanted a Tom Brady. They wanted doggone Patrick Mahomes. And all these guys are different.
Yeah.
All three of them I just mentioned are different. Russell Wilson tried to do some of that stuff, but he was good at certain things of it, certain aspects of it. Mm-hmm. They do not have the gift of a Lamar Jackson. Find me a quarterback that has that kind of gift. Joe Burrows definitely doesn't have it.
No.
And neither does the kid out in San Diego. I mean, he's good, but you know, Josh Allen, they want to make Josh Allen into the next Lamar Jackson. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Develop your quarterbacks and develop your backs and develop your team. Technically,
you know, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, you know, they in the same pot, basically. just to be clear with that. But go ahead.
Into the thing that you want them to be. Vision behind purpose and strategy can come together. But if there's two different visions and two different types of strategy, and you're trying to create this hybrid of a system, I done been in those. They don't work. They do not work.
Yeah.
Where's your commitment at? That's the question. And like I said, if you go back to the Cowboys when Jerry bought the team, there was a clear and concise focus. There was one message.
Why was that, Emmitt? Come on, Emmitt. Why was that? Because when Jerry first bought the team, he was busy trying to make money for the team so they can get out of the hole. And Jimmy was the guy, and I know he was there. Emmitt was there. You know, Emmitt could literally call in and be like, hey, and hit me with the Mickey Spags. Were you there? Were you there? You know, and I can say, nah, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But when we go back and do our research and we look at the data and all of the information that was said, it was clearly Jimmy focused on football and getting his team trained properly and getting people and putting people in the right places, while Jerry, the maverick that he is, was focused on marketing, promoting. Boy, what would I give to have that back again, right? Come on. They say make America great again. Make the Cowboys great again. And now we got another young guy who is of the mindset that he can make changes. And he's not young, but he looked just as old as Jerry. And you got Stephen Jones. So you got Jerry and Stephen with two different philosophies, principles, right? And the only goodness and the grace that we may have out of all of this, after 30 years, we are leaning on hope. if they can just step back a little bit. We are leaning on the facts that maybe, just maybe, Stephen Jones is embarrassed enough to say we got to do something differently. But if we fool around with the 12th pick of the NFL 2025 draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Josh Simmons out of the Ohio State. They show the little highlights of him blocking, and then they have the guy talking. And we going to be like, we ain't going to boo him, though. We going to be like, you be the slow clap. Or if they, with the 12th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Michael Williams. You know, if it's going to be, we have to grow into that. You know what I'm saying? We will have to sit back and say, well, you know, and then I'm going to have to do the whole video of saying, hey, man, don't panic, Cowboy Nation. I got to see the complete picture, and it takes 3 years for a draft to, you know, to grade a draft and all of that stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about, 3 years of developing, you know. I don't want to talk about, hey, man, Mozzie, this is his 3rd year. Wait for it to blossom. Wait till it blooms, you know. And then they start talking about the Chinese bamboo stick. Nah, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, y'all remember the Cowboys, they took some of my material and they said, yeah, we're going to talk about the Chinese bamboo stick. Yeah. It takes 5 years of watering and nurturing before you can see it. But on that 6th year, you see the leaves and the stalk come up out of that thing. No, not again. Don't give me that. I'm like J.G. Whitworth, and I need cash now. I need to see something now. Don't give me a product that say, hey, man, boy, in 2027, we're going to be flexing on them, boy. We're going to have it all. But then by that time, we're going to be talking about Tyler Smith one in the bag, We're going to be talking about it's going to be time to re-up on CD Lamb's money, It's going to be time to re-up on whoever we draft. Oh, my gosh, man. But it is what it is, y'all.
Go back to the Cowboys. When Jerry bought the team, there was a clear and concise focus. There was one message: win. And there was a determination to win, and he brought in the right guy to make that happen. And that guy was focused on the operations of the Dallas Cowboys football team.
Yep.
And the other guy was focused on the operations of the Dallas Cowboys organization and building that brand and bringing that brand back to life. Where is it at today?
We're not sure.
It's disconnected.
For 30 years.
It's disconnected.
Because you got the guy that was on the brands and promoting stuff. He's also on the, hey, we want this vision, right? And then you got another guy saying, Daddy, it's too much money, Daddy. Stevie John with the slick back, So it's too much tug of war with this. That's all we got, ladies and gentlemen, is hope that Shotty can get things going.
It's a mess today.
It's disconnected. And when it's disconnected, you're going to get disjointedness. And when you get disjointedness, you have what you have.
Mm-hmm. You have anything you want us to pass along to Troy Aikman? He's coming up next.
Just tell him I love him.
Oh, okay, we will.
Just tell him I love him.
Man, y'all missed the opportunity. Y'all should have had Troy and Emmitt on at the same time. Come on with it.
Well, we love you. We appreciate you
and that you
called by.
And that you called for Jerry Jones to fire himself as GM.
No,
we'll tell him that, too.
I never said
you
that.
didn't? Oh, okay.
He's smart. Emmitt's smart. He said, wait. I ain't never say that now. Hold on. Don't put words in my mouth. Now, hold on. I'd rather for you to put something else in my mouth before you put the words in there. Yeah.
Get your damn act together. Don't like your attitude.
Hey, jeez. Oh, my gosh, man. That's Emmitt Smith, man. For those who tuned in, if you like what Emmitt Smith said, Put 22 in the chat. If you don't like what Emmitt Smith said, put 22 in the chat. Come on, man. He's still our guy, you know what I'm saying? So put 22s in the chat regardless, man. Appreciate Emmitt Smith, man. Without him, I can clearly say we wouldn't have won those Super Bowls, man. So it takes a complete team. Emmitt, it took a Michael Irvin. It took all of those things. And it took a lot of that for that to happen. And that's why I have his deal right here. You know, shout out to Emmitt Smith, man. You know. Yeah. So put 22 in the chat, man. And there we go. Yeah, 22s in the chat. Yeah. I remember when I had one of my 22s, the gun, you know. It is what it is. Emmitt doesn't want to get banned from the AT&T Stadium. Yeah, be real. You're right. But it takes a team. And if it's going to take a team from, for like, let's say, for example, Burrows and them, it's going to take a team for him to win, right? So what do you expect for the Cowboys? It's going to take a team. It's not going to take an individual. Now, individual may help. An individual may help. But across the league, unless we playing tennis or we playing golf, it's going to take a team. For example, let's listen to what he has to say.
Like you said, we need Trey back. We need to give him what he's worth and what he deserves. He's earned that. And we need our young guys to come on. We need to draft well. We need guys to come in and produce immediately. Yes. We don't have time to wait around. Right. And I think we have the young guys that are capable of going into an off season, training the way that they need to, taking advantage of all the opportunities that they can, and come out and play well early.
I have to confess, I'm very worried about you with what you're saying. We got to keep Jamar Chase. We got to keep T. Higgins. We got to keep Trey Hendrickson. You got to keep a whole bunch. This is Cincinnati now. I mean, this is that ownership. You confident that they're going to be willing to keep all of those guys?
He said, I got to keep them all. And I need more weapons. I need more and more opportunities. I need some help. And I know some people right now watching, y'all would give away y'all spleen. Y'all would give away one of your kidneys, a back of a kneecap to have Joe Burrows here. You know, somebody right now in the chat would give away one of their eyes just to have, look, let me the one-eyed Cowboy fan like, no, what happened to your other eye? Hey, man, I got rid of it so I can get Joe Burrows. I had to make the necessary thing.
Sacrifice.
He got rid of his whole eye just to have Burrows here. And then Burrow get here, and he would still be saying, hey, man, even though I got CD and I got Rico and them, I need some help. Help me. Yeah.
The cap is going up each year. We just got new TV deals, so the cap's going to continue to go up.
TV money, yep.
And, you know, we all want to stay together, so we're all going to do what it takes to do that. And, you know, we have great players that have done great things and deserve to be paid. They're going to be paid what they're worth, whether we do it or somebody else. I hope we do it. I think, you know, we've had the discussions that the guys are going to get paid that need to get paid. And so it's a big offseason for the Bengals.
Yeah.
No doubt. So they need to get some people over there, you know. So with that being said, you know, we, the Cowboys, if he needs, then we need, you know. We all need ice cream. And for those who are saying that, yeah, he need defense, well, technically, their defense finished out better than our defense last year, you know. So hey, how much more do he need? You know, because there wasn't people saying, hey, man, let's give Cowboys grace and mercy because their defense is where they at. Nah, their defense, the Bengals defense, was better defense than the Cowboys defense last season, right? So if he need defense, we need defense. So we can't be going off of that. And I see, shout out to you, Matt Batten. Thank you for jumping in. But to use the argument, yeah, he been to the Super Bowl. So with that, if that's a qualifier, Rex Grossman went to the Super Bowl, so that makes him better than what we had over here out of a Tony Romo, you know? So getting to the Super Bowl is one thing, right? Winning is another. So it goes back and forth. Just because a quarterback is on a team that goes to the Super Bowl, that doesn't mean that they are better, right? Because we can use the argument that Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson, you know, Eli got multiple Super Bowl rings. Do that mean that they better than Dan Marino? You know, so it's the whole argument that it takes a complete team, right? Carson Wentz, he's going to another Super Bowl, right? Carson Wentz got him a Super Bowl ring in 2017. I don't think he wears that ring, right? I don't think Carson Wentz wearing that ring. Hey, Carson, show me your ring. And to a degree, I don't think that Drew Bledsoe is wearing his ring, you know. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe going to these schools and talking to kids and everything. And they say, hey, I looked up your bio and it says that you won a Super Bowl. Yeah. Do you ever wear that ring, Drew? Nah. He got rid of that ring a long time ago. Yeah. Okay. Eli Manning was more clutch Super Bowl than Peyton. Than Peyton's. That's a fact.
Absolutely. We got to let you go. I know that.
Okay, my ventriloquist over here. Hold on. Boy, the thing started talking to me. But in other news, it's just I got to bring this up just for context of the show. My guy, Mike McCarthy, got beaten out. He got beat out. According to Adam Schefter, is that Kellen Moore will become the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Oh, my goodness. The New Orleans Saints got Kellen Moore. And to think that Mike McCarthy interviewed for that same job and he couldn't get it. So what do that mean, y'all? Y'all break that down. What do that mean? Is this a prisoner of the moment? Yeah, you got a coach that's an offensive coordinator that's on a red-hot team. I'm going to call y'all Eagles. Y'all red-hot right now, right? Y'all can run the ball. Y'all can play sound defense. The ingredients of what Emmitt just said, right? Now he got an opportunity to be the head coach of the New Orleans Saints on a wavy type of situation. He left Dallas, last play called. Ezekiel Elliott playing center, right? And a lot of people looking at him like, come on, man. He ain't who y'all think he is. He goes to the Chargers to a degree, whereas everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, saying that they got the better quarterback, they got a better team, and these sorts of things. They were saying that in the chat. You know, they might walk away and disappear now. But, you know, quarterback got banged up and hobbled, and he had one of his worst performances before he was hurt, but nobody's talking about that. And it ended up being a short-lived moment. And now he goes to the Eagles, and they go on a magical run, right? And now he's getting an unbelievable opportunity. Leaps and bounds upon what other people never got a chance to see. And he's already there. So shout out to the young phenom, boy wonder. Kellen Moore is the new coach for the New Orleans Saints, man. Shout out, kudos and credence to him. Yeah. We'll see how the Saints do. And they got $51 million over the cap. Now, my thing is, what are the repercussions of being over the cap? You know, because they always say, hey, a team got to remain below the cap at all time. That's what the rules say. But I see that they give teams grace and mercy. And they say, well, you can be under the cap by June. So we'll see what's going to happen. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. So Saquon Barkley took the Eagles to the Super Bowl, period. Yeah. But Albert, he took the Eagles to the Super Bowl. But Kellen Moore getting promotions, you know. So the Saints are $60 million in red, cap 5, best overall 32 of that situation. Yeah, it's a terrible one. Yeah, good. Keep him away from Dallas. It's unlucky. We did our part because I really thought that he was coming here, and I think that by the voices of the people alter,
like you said, we need
alter that conversation there. All right, so next, man, we're just going to bring this up, man. A lot of times people freestyle and they do what they need to do in order to get by, and sometimes they pick out the wrong people, man, to represent them. And when it's a court-appointed lawyer, they tend to get these type of guys. I just want to make fun of it right quick. Hold tight for me. Yeah, when you can't not afford an attorney.
Shut up!
Young Eddie K, baby. Yeah. So if you don't want to be like that, man, if you get hit in the jam, look, it just starts from here, man. If you really want to get the right, proper representative, all you got to do is do this.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214-817 and all of the threes your heart can desire to dial. You know, that boy was fresh though. But hey, let's be real with it. You want to win the case. You don't want to lose it. So if you want to be on the winner's side, be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. That's 214 or 817 and all of the threes you can dial. Keep this in mind. We get about 9,000 people to move to Dallas a month. That's a lot of folks, man. This will be a long line of folks too. But you want a team of people that can do right by you and not take advantage of you? Well, visit FrenkelFirm.com and they will take great care of you, not advantages of you. And they won't be looking like Smooth that we just showed just a few seconds ago. And you don't want no state-appointed person as well, you know, to handle your cases. But 657-390-7391 is Law Nation Hotline for your mind. Let's get it. Yes, indeed. And if that's your uncle representing you, man, please charge it to my head, not my heart. If that's your uncle right there. From the 305, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me, man.
What's good, Bill Law? What's good? You hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you, fam.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. One of the football gods that talked today. Thank you, God. One of the football gods that talked and spoke some sense to you.
No.
I mean, he hit it right on point. I'm telling you, they be listening to you, Law. You're getting popular, Law.
Bro.
You're getting too popular, man.
Nah, bro, that fell upon deaf ears. Now I got a reprobated mind over here. That went into one ear and out the other. I ain't listen. I'm done with Emmitt Smith if that's the case. You know, I'm gonna hang him upside down. I'm done with you. Let's speak to the back of the head of Emmitt. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm glad that he called in and you played that, Law. That's why you won the best. So you get everybody's opinion. But Law, that's a Hall of Fame running back, Law. That's a Hall of Fame running back telling you that, hey, we don't need a running back in the first round. That's a Hall of Fame running back telling you he don't need a running back. He's telling you he don't need a running back. And you know why he's telling you that? Because
he don't want Ashton Genty to beat his record. That's what it is. That's what it is. He don't want. He's hating on Genty.
I know you were going to say that. But no, he knows that those 90 teams will not be anything without Brother Adam, without Eric Williams, without Larry Allen.
Keep cooking. Keep cooking. Name me. Use a baby. Use a baby. You just a baby boy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just tell you. Name me one of those offensive linemen that was drafted in the first round.
Okay, I understand that, Law, but when you got I'm saying that. I totally understand that. And remember back then, I know, I got my bad, Law. I'm not worried, so I had to talk to Josh. Sorry about that. But listen, what I'm trying to tell you, Law, no, back then, you absolutely right? You don't have to get an O-lineman in the first round. You don't have to get your whole 5 O-linemen don't have to be first rounders. But when you got a chance to get one right there to replace your left tackle that you had, Tyron Smith, you go get that, Law. You don't.
Who you want to go get? Who you want to go get?
No, you already knew who I said.
Josh Simmons. Are you related to him? Are you related to Josh Simmons? You know his agent.
Huh? Like every time I call this phone, like I be on point, Law. ESPN make a spin on it the next day. I'm telling you, we got to build the trenches off. 2014, what we had that made us have a good record, a good O-line. 2018, what we had that made us have a good record, a good O-line. So we have to go back to that treatment. We have to go back to that treatment.
What evidence do you have that this guy, Josh Simmons, will be back to the form or the formalities that he was before the ACL? What would give you that bolt of confidence there? You know, what kind of tape you're looking at?
You're right. That scares me. The medical situation does scares me. Because if he was healthy, I don't think he's not even mentioning him, right? He's a top 5 pick easily.
Yeah, if he was healthy, yeah. And
if he's healthy,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I would say out of all of that, if Will Campbell is there, yes. Outside of that, Kevin Banks and them, I have reservations, man. I've seen Michael Williams whoop up on Kevin Banks, you know. But I would say this. I just don't feel as if, though, that ACL will be okay in the National Football League, bro. I just don't feel like this is a different type of situation. You talking about, he probably be ready for Archie Manning. If we want to tank, if you want to lose a lot of games, I feel you then. You know, let him get beat up and then he'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I also think, if he's right there, because plenty of people probably going to be thinking like you. And me also, because like I say, that injury is in my head, right?
Yeah.
That's why I would love for them to draft, come back a little bit. If they get any callers, not too far, I don't want to go in the 20s now. I don't want to go back no more than 3-4 spots. You know, that's my limit, right? But we could get him in the next 3-4 spots down. I think that's a great pick. That's your cornerstone left tackle. Now, the projection is he might not be the same with other Kenyan people. We projected all these players.
Yeah,
right?
we do project, man.
All these players.
That's the whole point of the draft.
GT could blow, God forbid, I don't want to have a career. That's a career, but you already know how this running back game is. After the first contract, their legs are gone.
That's why you move on, and you move on from there. You know, you talking about 4 years down the line. We could be having 3 Super Bowls by then.
See, and that's the thing, that's the thing with the fans and me and you. See, we want microwave results. Like, we want it now. And we look at this roster, anybody looking at this roster, no, it's not going to be now.
That's what I'm not here trying to plant no bamboo sticks, bro. I'm not trying to do that right now. I want it now, dog. You know, I want it now.
I'm not thinking about 4 years, but I'm thinking this is a 2-year process. I always come on this call and I always tell you it's a 2-year process. That left tackle you get right now, he's his rookie year. He's gonna have a bumps and bruises like everybody say.
Yeah.
By next year, we're gonna have 5 O-linemen. Especially the young boy who we drafted last year, put him on the right and see what he do. Hopefully he checks his legs up. Hopefully, he get right. That means we got 5 top linemen.
No. Potential top linemen. Potential, but can one of those offensive linemen catch you a touchdown? Because we still technically waiting on Jalen Tolbert, even though he played all right last year. You know, we still don't know who Sam Williams is, right? We drafted him early in the second round. So we still don't know who Marshawn Nealon. He got hurt last year. To a degree, we don't know what we've been investing, bro. On our first, like we talk about how good the Cowboys been drafting, but technically, outside of Michael Parsons and Tyler Smith, we don't know who our first round and our second round draft picks are. You know, like we don't know. We don't know who Tyler Guyton is right now. May he give us some good hopes. You know, Luke Schoonmaker, he was coming around the way. Mozzie, these are a lot of developing pieces, bro. You know, and then may he get his knees and bone to bones back together. But now it's considering that even Trayvon Diggs may be sitting there thinking like, maybe we only got a year and a half of a good season out of him. You know, so we've been drafting good, but we also been drafting like, hey, these development pieces, we got to wait for them to bust. You know what I'm saying? In a good way, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's why, that's just the football of luck, right? That's just the luck of football, right? Like, the tables could turn either way, right?
Facts.
I'm trying to get us back. I'm trying to get us back around how that Detroit team, believe it or not, took our blueprint. Believe it or not, they took our blueprint. They built that O-line right. They got a couple of first rounders on that O-line. They got 2 running backs, right? And they got 2 dogs on the outside. And they complement each other because one is a possession receiver, one is a speedster. Now, I see y'all try to get a receiver. I don't mind getting a receiver right now. But if you're getting a receiver that's doing the same thing like CD, that defeats the purpose.
But as long as that receiver, if I can get 2 CDs, man, I think that they'll scratch up anything that we got out of Jalen Tober and Mingo.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Give me 2 CDs, man. Give me 2 CDs because that's what I'm looking at. So Ibuka, give me him. Give me Savion Williams. Give me Trey Harris. There's a lot of people that we can look at and go grab and. I get it, but I just don't want us to continue to be saying that we are the investment boys. You know, we keep investing, but we ain't producing. We're not producing.
You know what I said in my head a lot? I was thinking about that because you said investment, right?
Yeah.
It is true that all our players that we do draft, it's around the league. If you see it, they're around every team. Every team have at least a couple of Cowboys that we drafted. And I'm looking at it like, so that goes to tell you that we have been drafting good, right? Even though Mozzie might not, we see Mozzie, he might turn out to be something. But that's why I asked you last week or the other day, do you draft another person to slow his development? Because you keep bringing in veterans, or you keep, drafting and seeing double dipping like you've been saying for the last couple of weeks, double dipping, do you slow the development of the player that you think that's going to blossom?
No,
you get what I'm saying?
No, iron sharpens iron. Steel sharpens steel.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to pay both of them.
We ain't able to pay for it, but that's good problems to have. You got to figure out. Look, if a true GM get in the building, his job is to tell Michael Parsons, "I like you, I love you, but my job is to replace you." His job and duty is to tell even Dak Prescott that, CeeDee Lamb that, and they should be looking over their shoulders saying, "Damn. If I don't perform up to the kind of caliber level, then they're going to replace us." You know what I'm saying? So I think that even Dak Prescott, or even to the degree when we had Tony Romo, I think that you should always have another quarterback that's just as good. If not, draft one or pick up one. You know the reason why, and I'm going to let you go after this, the reason why the Kansas City Chiefs picked up Carson Wentz is because somewhere down the line, he was a number 1 draft pick, and that's the reason why. But they didn't pay $5 million for him, And I'm not saying that Carson Wentz can walk on water. He's trash to a degree, but he's been playing like that. But what I'm saying is that's what great teams do. They make sure that they have the replacements already in line, and the Cowboys don't do that. That's one of our biggest weaknesses, And I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
Man, thank you for always taking the call, Law. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Tomorrow, man, I'm calling in, man. I'm going to give you some scenarios about the draft, these players dropping down there. But thank you for taking my call, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And there's no doubt in my heart that I want this offensive line to be great, But at some point, we can talk. And somebody made a great, brilliant point about, the offensive line for the Detroit line is great. It's good. And they drafted those boys. But they also have a great offensive line coach. I'm old enough to remember we had the skyscraper here, Dan Skipper here. I did a video, it had over 100,000 views of me talking about Dan Skipper here. And I thought he was going to be here to stay. No, I thought that he wasn't going to move around at all because he went to the great school that even Jerry Jones went to, Arkansas, I believe. Right? Who remember that video? Until the Illuminati made me take it down, I had over 100,000 views on it. Yeah, so trash here, great there. And when I heard Nate Newton say one of his biggest fears is the fact that we have these guys here like an Awesome Richards. And he fool around and leave this team, go to a true team that knows how to utilize him, he'll be a starter for 9 to 10 years. But we can't win, man, when we have Jeff Blasco's and Mike Solari who was scrambling and scraping looking for a job. He was filling out his retirement papers with AARP, get free popcorn when he go to the movies. But here, Reese said, hey, it's a rerun, boys. You know, oh boy. Mike Solari was great when he was here in the 80s and the parts of the 90s. Let's bring him back. No, it don't work that way, you know. So I'm just telling y'all, like, granted, I'm not saying that Josh Simmons, and someone said corrections, he don't have an ACL, he have a tendon or something like that on his knee, as long as it's not bone to bone. And we want what's great for that kid. But there's no way that week one, coming off of that injury, that he will be better than Austin Richards or better than, to a degree, sliding Tyler Smith to that left tackle, inserting TJ Bass at guard or something like that. He ain't going to be better than those boys. But he may be better than them in 2020, let's say 2027, you know. But neither here nor there. I got Pastor Tim, man, on the line from the 469, and then I got VIP. Hold tight. Pastor Tim, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com.
How you doing, my brother?
Doing great. Doing great.
Well, already, man. I'm telling you, I want to Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith, please stay out the way. Leave me alone. You don't help it no more. Because it's out of stop talking or go back to the Cowboys and play again. Because my thing is this. You don't know the difference between the running game. Because what I'm saying is a running back have to be the first thing after the whole season. Because what I'm saying is it takes a running game to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It takes a running game to win games.
Okay.
Because without the running game, you take that away. You're not going to go win games at all.
Okay.
So it takes a running back, a good running back. And look at what the Eagles doing. Look at what weapons they got. So it takes a smart coach to say, first round, running back. Second round, this is what we need. We got to fill up the pieces of what you need around your team. Before you guys make a decision. Think about it first. Say, you know what? What's the important thing we need? We don't have a running back. So let's pick a running back. So you have to learn. Make changes. Make changes.
You're about to launch your website.
Around your team. Make changes around the defense. Make changes around the offense.
Change.
You have to change offensive line. You have to move guys around. Move guys around.
Yes, Lord.
So you can play better.
All right.
So you can shoot better.
Come on with
it. So you can act right. So get your act together.
Well.
And stand up tall. Or not
at all. Come on with it. Preach, Pastor. Preach. Come on with it.
I'm telling you.
Come on with it.
You have to look at the quarterback.
Okay.
You got to see who in the right position.
Okay.
Nobody in the right position. Now, you have to make sure people are healthy on the team. Make sure that mental stable. Make sure that's right so they're ready to play. Sure, test to them.
Come on with it.
I will test you. Make sure you are a man. You are a man enough to stay alone. You are a man enough to stand alone. Or you are a man enough to handle the pressure. You have to learn how to be a man.
Well,
that's with a little boy.
Come on with it.
Call his daddy. With a little boy, call his papa.
All right.
Say, daddy, I need your help. Oh, come on. When he said I need your help, he's going to come to you at 8.
Yeah.
Your father's going to come to you at 8 and tell you.
Come on with it.
What you need, son.
All
what
right.
What can I do to help you, son?
All right.
What's what you need to work on? Let me take you from the ground.
Yeah.
and build you back up. Let me help you.
All right.
Motivation. Give you motivation.
And we may
You have to
endure.
motivate one
We
another.
may endure
You have
through the
to-
night. Come on with it.
You have to endure for the Lord.
Yeah.
You have to bring up strength and courage.
All right.
And tell God, forgive me.
Come on,
whatever
Pastor.
I do.
And take us home now. In closing, Pastor, take us home.
When I give a hope, I feel like a loser. But when I help hope, I feel glory. I feel good. I feel like I want to play better. I feel like the motivation makes me want to do better. The motivation makes me want to get some touchdowns in.
Come on with it.
Practice in. Or make me want to stay motivated. Because you have to stay motivated
Mm-hmm.
if you want to play football.
Yeah.
You got to stay motivated. If you want to be a better man.
The
You
9 to
have to
9.
be motivated.
Uh-huh.
You want to be a better husband.
Okay.
You have to be,
To be a husband. Okay.
motivation. Motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation.
All right.
Motivation.
Man, appreciate you, man. You preaching up a sweat over there, man. Go get you a handkerchief. Come on, man. Appreciate you. Get you a prayer cloth and wipe your forehead, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, and you have a good day and a better tomorrow, Pastor. And let me hear you say it. Let the church say it, too, now. Let me hear you say it, too.
Let the church say, how about your Cowboy?
How about him? Oh, yeah. Now, which one of y'all, oh, ye with little faith? Come on with it, man. Faith size of a mustard seed. You say, that pastor right there, you know how you got to just tell them, in closing, you know, and they keep preaching for another 30 minutes. Yeah, that's him right there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, man. Fight the power. Get that pastor. A prayer cloth, you know, and some anointing oil. Yes, indeed. I've been delivered. Yeah, delivered. Come on, prayers. Put them hands together. Yeah, and put a little something in the collection plate. Come on, Sutton. Appreciate you. You know, well, a man robbed from God. Come on with it. You know, so come on with it. Give me those things that are, there you go. There you go. Come on with it. The devil is a lie. I got the next person, man. I don't know if he can follow up with this, but we're going to see if he can. Yes, indeed, man. It's always great. And I ain't talking about Tony the Tiger, but I'm talking about great hearing from our people here at these particular, I guess, the doors of the church of the Latter-day Cowboy Saints that's been talking about all of this stuff. And may we continue to be blessed and sanctified and all of that good stuff, man. But I got my guy that's going to be delivering us a message here as soon as I can get my configurations going. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? So hold on tight with me. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to get this going one way or another. But I got my brother from another mother. No other don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us, man, all the time. And may he continue to bless us with his words. And this is from the VIP hotline for your mind, the 860. You talk to us now. Come on with it.
Lord, let the church say amen is VIP, baby.
Yeah, amen. Yeah.
The offering plate going around, Lord. I don't want to see your head go in and come out with nothing. All right, Lord?
Yeah. Don't steal from the church's money, you know. Yes, indeed, man.
Lord, let me say this. Hold on, Lord. Let me get
Come on
serious,
with it.
because yesterday, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
The day before yesterday, I had some smoke with my guy, Lord. For the first time in my life, I felt some type of way, Lord.
Yeah.
You had me laughing at my own quarterback, Lord. I had to repent. You had me crying over my quarterback, Lord. I don't want to see you put that meme up with old boy had my boy on his head, man, Lord. Come on.
Wait a minute.
Come on, Lord.
And then people asking, whose hand is that? And I don't know. But he can't be touching his head like that. But he got to get that. He got to get it together, man.
No. Well, what I want to see on the sideline, all jokes aside, because I don't like that look, I need somebody to run up, slap him in his face, and be like, Dak, wake up. Just whoa. Lord, I don't want to see him over there in a daze. Like, even when you guys said that yesterday, I started thinking back like, damn, I don't even like to see that daze either. But that's my quarterback. You know, I ride hard for 4. So Lord, I just really, with this new temperature in the room, because I don't know, Lord, what we're hearing from the outside is this guy Shoddy he can control the temperature of a room, meaning he knows how to get up. From what they were saying, like he was like the spokesperson for a minute, even though he couldn't say much because Big Mike was in his insecurity bag. But Lord, I don't want us to fumble over ourselves. Now we fumbling over the draft pick. We don't want to pick a playmaker, Lord. What are we talking about?
Man, I don't know what Emmitt man is thinking, man. Shit. I don't know.
As a running back, he should be advocating for running backs. You know what I mean?
Well, Emmitt, he advocated for Ezekiel Elliott. He wanted Rico to run the ball more too. So I'm thinking that it doesn't matter if you had Adrian Peterson. When you don't have a system in place, you're not gonna run well with that said system. And the things that we've been talking about is that we're giving a lot of credence to Rico going up against the Bengals defense, the Giants defense, who was pretty okay, but they still the Giants last year. The Carolinas,
the Bengals,
Bucks, the Bengals. These are not like it's not like he was doing that against what we had on the first part of the schedule. Is what I'm saying. So I'm just not going to take what Rico did and say it was a world beater. He only had nobody ran the ball for more than 30 yards. Nobody.
And Lord, you got to take into consideration that our line was in disarray for the first 4 weeks or 5 weeks, because in the back of our mind, we was hoping that Zach was going to return to presidential status, and he never did. So I think, we was giving him his flowers, even though we seen it on eyes, like our eyes were watching this. And let's keep it a buck, Lord. Like the first 5 weeks, if Zach, and this, I love the president. I love what he put forth for us. I love the work that he put in. But Lord, my eyes can't lie to me, Lord. I know what I'm seeing. I know Dak was under duress for the first 5 weeks. Yeah. So Lord, it's just I get so upset sometimes, Lord, because I feel like we be fumbling over ourselves, and now we got the draft pick like lined up for us, and now we're gonna argue over should we pick an offensive line or a playmaker, knowing our offense needs a playmaker.
Yeah, I get the argument that 305 was putting out there, but at the same time, we don't have that grace and mercy. If we had, let's say, C.J. Stroud here, right, and he's making an argument, I can get that. I can flat out get that. If we had Jaden Daniels, for example, where the Washington team is at with their offensive line in shambles, I can understand that. But even Washington team, they still need a running back and a wide receiver. I like Austin Eckler. I like what Brian Johnson can do, or whatever the guy's name is. But they still need a more explosive running back. And Austin Eckler, he's only there for like a short time. So, yeah, you're supposed to put more and more weapons out there for your team. But if you have a younger quarterback and you got at least still under their first contract?
First 5-year contract.
Yeah.
So you can afford to do that.
You can start saying, hey, let's build this offensive line up for said quarterback, right? But anything else, you can do what the Chiefs did. They still drafted, but of course they always picking in the latter round, so they don't have those conversations like we do. But they still drafted Creed Humphreys, but I think he still went in the second round or something like that. Or he could have been in the first, but they got their offensive line fixed via free agency, trade acquisition.
That's what I was about to say, Lord. They don't fall asleep at the wheel in free agency.
Right.
They look up until week 11. When did they bring D-Hop in? Like, they still fishing around. Like, this is what I respect about great organizations. Mm-hmm. They're not happy with complacency. They're not gonna say, all right, we made the Super Bowl last 3 or 5 out of 6 years. Yeah. We just gonna run it back. Every year, Lord, they try to improve. Every year. Even though they won a Super Bowl, every year they made improvements, Lord, whether it was with their defense or their offense.
Yeah, every year. Hey, man, big facts.
Well, Lord, I want to get out of here because I'm about to go to the gym and work on some Slurpees. So if there's any Slurpees out there, if y'all need a personal trainer,
Wait a minute.
come holler at the boy.
Wait. Hey, man, appreciate you calling in, bro. Thank you. You have a good day working out over there with the Slurps.
How about them Cowboys, Lord? No Slurps.
No Slurps. No, yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, my gosh, man. Jerry, we got a super chat. Appreciate you so much for your support. Thank you. And this is from Brandy. Thank you so much for your support, for putting in the efforts here. Jerry, you better not go offensive line in the first round. Say it with me. Running back or wide receiver. Right. Right. It's not hard to go pick up the phone and get a free agent offensive lineman who you don't have to worry about head, shoulders, knees, and toes. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like there is a free agent pool that's out there. Now you're gonna have to pay for the things you get that's gonna be serviceable. That's just how it goes. There's no skipping of the lines of that. You got to pay for nice things, man. Also this show is brought to you by UnderdogFantasy.com. Use the nice promo code LAW, and we would take great care of you. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Got another caller here. Appreciate you so much for your support. And let's go. Let's get it from the 502. You're live on This Nation, brought to you by Underdog. Hello. Yellow, love is lovelier the second time around. Thank you. Hello. And they hung up. Maybe that was Jerry. Or was that Josh Simmons? Appreciate you, Baker, for the collection. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the Cash App. On our way out, I guess, because that was all of the callers that called in with the Anytime Minutes. Well, no, we had the 704. 704. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. Thank you. All right, so it's over with. All right, we're gonna shut it down. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. But if you somehow was watching this show and if you dress like this, if your lawyer looking like this, the state attorney, baby.
Shut up.
Shut up over there. He get the job done now. That boy clean, y'all. Cleaner than the Board of Health. Yeah, no, shout out to him, man. It said Lawyer Leroy. Jeez. All right, for the 530, I'm making you, man. All right, for the 530, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Law Nation Sports at this time. What you got for me? Is there something on my end? Hello? Yellow.
Hello?
All right, good. I'm making sure that I wasn't on my end. All right, what you got?
Well, how come the Cowboys don't Hunter Lupke at all?
How come they don't utilize and use Hunter Lupke?
Yeah.
I think that, when you have a first-year running backs coach, for one, he probably didn't know where to put him. But when you saw Hunter, when he got his chances, he did flourish a little bit. He can catch out of the backfield. He can do a lot of things. So we'll see what he's going to do with this crew, So Derek Foster and Clayton Adams. I hope that these boys can get things going for Hunter Luepke. I'm really a big fan of 40 ounce. I call him 40 ounce.
Well, in the way they use the fullback at the Chargers, I sure hope they use him like that.
Facts. I hope that they can utilize and use him like, other teams been utilizing their fullback. And he's a damn good blocker. He's an H-back in my opinion. He catch out of the backfield, can block. He can be on the line of scrimmage. He can do a lot. So I think that Hunter may have, if he can stay healthy, he may have one of his better seasons this year.
And if we keep him at the fullback, that leaves number 3 open to try to get Vaughn in there.
Yeah, Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn with this new running back scheme and system, I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to give him, in the words of Sadiq and a few others, they said, Law, just give him one more shot. So I'm going to give Deuce one more shot at this, and we'll see what he's going to look like. One more shot now,
And
y'all.
you think we're gonna keep Dowdle as a number 2, or he's gonna be a number 1?
I think Dowdle, they're going to allow him to, they're going to do right by him, allow him to see the market and see what he can get out there on the open market. And if he don't get anything worthy of a certain price, then they'll come back with hat in hand and say, hey, you had 1,000 yards last season. You starting to make strides. This is where you're home at. You don't have to, you know the terrain, you know the location. We give you a small 1-year contract, and that could be possible. 2.5.
Yeah, that'd be something good.
Yeah.
And last of all, what do you think about J.K. Dobbins if he comes over?
If he can stay healthy, him and Rico had similar productions, but on the first part of the season, J.K. was looking really good. I'm talking about he was the number 1 running back in the National Football League for the first few weeks there. So if he can stay healthy, then I'll bring him in for a cup of coffee. Nothing crazy though, just for a cup of coffee.
He's got a high ceiling guy for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I would do with J.K. But one of my guys that I would love to see here, he's been notorious against us, just only as a split back, man, for here and there, is Aaron Jones. They got him down now from Pro Football Focus. No, Spot Rack got him down for he's about a $5 million deal. If we can find some money in the couch, yes, this is market value. Because he's older, he's over 30. So if you can find money in the couch for him, I'll bring in Aaron Jones. Yeah, I'll bring him in. I would bring him in just so that another team won't bring him in, and we somehow got to face him that he don't go crazy. I would stash him I'll bring him in just to stash him if he ain't no good. But I know he still got some juice.
Oh yeah, way worth it more than Dalvin was.
Hell yeah, most certainly. Appreciate you for calling in.
All right, thank you, Law. Have a good day.
You as well. That's from the 530. All right, look. Boy, we got some
The
more people.
conference has been locked.
It's contagious over here. I got Big Amish. I got Mike, not McCarthy, and I got 310 you in. I'm going to lock it, though. All right, Big Amish, man, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Yeah.
Now, I think what Emmitt was talking about, and thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
The commitment to running, right? It has to be also from the quarterback. Now, I'm not saying Dak checked out of a lot of running plays or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many running plays were called.
Right.
I'll give that benefit of doubt out there. I don't know, but there's no way that Dak should be passing the ball as much as he has or going forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not, and I think that's what he was saying. Look, the commitment has to be from not only the play calling, but also from the quarterback.
Facts.
That's how I read it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. As far as Ashton Genty, I'm not against it. It's just, what are we going to do in free agency?
Yeah.
If we don't pick up linemen who we let depart, I mean, let's just put it in perspective. Connor McGovern is the starting center for the Buffalo Bills. They're not in the Super Bowl, but you have Tyler Biadasz, call it what you will, but he was starting center for the Commanders. They made it to the championship game, NFC. And then you have, who else was that? Oh, we had Connor Williams, right? I mean, Connor Williams, I think he went to Miami, right? I think he's retired now, but we've had a departure of talent, right? And it's just not on the offensive side of the ball. It's across the board.
Right.
You just can't have that. Right? Okay. So, and if we're able to fill gaps in free agency, and I'm talking about high value targets, if we're able to do that, I'll buy into what's happening a little bit more. But I'm below that lukewarm. I'm below that 5 marker because I just don't believe it until I see it. That's all. I've been around too long to buy anything until we see the proof is in the pudding. Show me who we're signing in free agency. Tell me we're going to get at least a left tackle, a starting left tackle, and another guard. Tell me we're going to do that, if anything. Or are you going to get Gary Miles? Are you going to get some other pieces that you desperately need? You got to spend money. And then you could address the draft. But that's the first hurdle.
Yeah.
And whatever side of the ball they address, then you could go best player available in the draft.
Man, that's a good point right there. What else you got for me?
Okay, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you this, a quarterback, right? And it's kind of a trick question, but it's a quarterback. I'm going to give you the stats for him. He's a Division I quarterback, but he was 50-3 as a starting quarterback 4 years in Division I. Second in all-time TDs with 142 in college. Third in passing efficiency at 168. And this is in the NCAA history. Fifth in yardage with over 14,600. The program is Boise State, and that quarterback is Kellen Moore.
When you said 50-3, I knew who you was going at.
Yeah.
Are you making a correlation here?
Well, I don't know where Emmitt was going. I am bringing it up because it's Boise State.
Yeah.
I have not looked into Ashton Genty that much, so I don't know. I've seen a couple so I'm ignorant on that end. So I can't tell you what I think of it.
You good?
But I do have to bring up that Boise State. There's potential empty calories in these yardage markers. So.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I can't take that away from your analysis on that. And yeah, that's a real good point. That's a real good point. Appreciate you for calling in, Big Amish.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's if 305 had that one in his chamber, boy, that would have hurt right there. Yeah. 50-3 to only lose 3 games and to have all of those yards. And then when he got to the pros, his arm was a little too weak. He telegraphed his throws. People sat on routes. And his last game in the National Football League, Kellen Moore versus the Washington team, I believe, he threw for 400 yards, 2 touchdowns or something like that. And we lost that game. Who's old enough to remember that? So yeah, he got me with that one. And if you can make that line in the sand of Kellen Moore, look at what he was able to do in college versus Ashton Genty, what he was able to do in college in that same program. Yeah. But I think running backs and quarterbacks a little bit different there, though. But we'll see, though. We'll see. I would still lean on the fact that Genty put checks marks in all of the boxes there, Yeah, but I don't know, man. I would still, if that is the case in scenario, and if this running back class, I'm going to say this again, if this running back class is as deep as it is, then double dip. Even if we don't draft Genty in the first, right? Let's say the 49ers get Genty, and they already have CMC and all of the other stuff that they got going on, and another team, or if another team draft Genty, the Bears, let's say the Bears draft Genty, and we with the 12th pick, I'm still not moving off the point that I don't want the offensive line. I just don't want that offensive line, y'all. But if we draft somebody, I'm still with the belief that you got to double dip. I'm talking about that running back. Because I'm not, unless the only way we don't double dip at running back, if we do something in free agency. Mike, you're live from the 757. You're live. Talk to me.
What up, Law? What up, Law?
Hey, all right. Doing all is well. Can't complain.
So not another bad omen on Boise State, but I'm going to throw another name out there for you. Orlando Scandrick. So our luck with Boise State has been bad out this month.
Wait a minute. You had Orlando, you had Cedric Wilson, you had DeMarcus Lawrence, and Orlando stayed here longer. He lasted longer than Mike Jenkins, That's
because, Jerry Jones don't like to get rid of his guys, man. But, yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence might have been the best, which we done lost him to the Commanders. But
we ain't losing yet now. You saying that he's already going to go to the Commanders?
Man, I thought I seen some ish the other day showing he was going to the Commanders out this day. It looked pretty good. It looked pretty
it's probably speculation. But if the Commanders want to tamper and we get a draft pick for it because they so anxious and trying to get Cowboy people over there, then let them tamper so we can get them draft picks. Yeah.
Ain't they like the off-brand? They like the T-Move Cowboys, ain't they? Over there.
Shout out to the T-Move boys.
Crazy over there in Washington, man. I don't understand how they be just taking our people, bro. Like,
well,
I thought we was beefing with Washington. I thought the beef was with Washington originally out this thing, man.
Yeah.
But I guess we working together now. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they give us Jaden Daniels. What you think?
Yeah.
They give us Jaden.
Jaden Daniels.
But yeah, man. Me personally. If we don't get Genty, I like that boy from Arizona State, man. He impressed me, man.
You talking about
he
Ted?
Definitely impressed me. Scarborough.
You talking about Scatterboo?
Scatterboo, yeah. I like him, man. That's my type of running back. It just brings me back to the Marion Barber. The way watching him run reminds me of Marion Barber, DeMarco Murray. Just straight ahead. None of that, not trying to be too cute with it. Let's just get the yards, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's my type of running back.
He should be able to fall in the fourth or something like that, or the fifth. I don't see him going in the second or third. I just don't see him.
Man, I think that last game he played boosted his draft stock. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, Law. That last game was very impressive. Like, it was like he was the only one with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, prisoners of the moments, But I get it, You can pick, he trumps what everybody else did in one game. And I'm not saying that Scatterboo is going to be a terrible NFL prospect. I'm not saying that I don't want him. What I'm saying is that he would be a great pickup in the fourth round, but we don't have a fourth round draft pick. We got 2 fifth round draft picks.
And why don't you want that? Why don't you want the O-line, man? I'm sorry, man.
Who do you want?
I'm sorry, we got some holes.
Yeah, we got a lot of holes, But who do you want as far as offensive line?
What you be saying? What you say? BPA.
Best player available. So you mean to tell me a guy with one leg gonna be the best player available? Like the expectations of waiting for that to grow and develop, man. That's gonna be. It's gonna be
I'm
look.
Just like we screwed ourselves. I mean, I ain't gonna say that. We messed up getting Tyler Guyton. There will be a time where I think Tyler Guyton will do good because he definitely showed promise. Like throughout the preseason, training camp, kind of the beginning of the year, kind of his first game he played great against the Browns.
What happens when you get someone that you don't know how to use? You misuse them. Right?
Yes.
When you get something you don't know how to use, you misuse. Just like, if you give somebody right now that's in the chat a stick shift, they couldn't even pull it up a hill. They couldn't get it out of the driveway. It don't matter what kind of car it is. They will misuse it. They burn up the clutch. They'll hit something, or it just look like foolish. So when you look at Tyler Guyton, not saying that he's a world beater, He's very athletic. Right. He's strong. He's big. No one in the chat gonna walk up to him and say, "Hey man, you suck." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They literally looking up to him, right? So he's green. Right. So what's going to happen here is you're going to have a guy like Clayton Adams, who's going to probably put him in a different spot or pull the pin to pull. They're going to move him around a little bit because they're going to showcase his athleticism. Dan Skipper here was trash. It was terrible. Dan Skipper in Detroit land catching touchdowns on us, man. You know, so it's just how you utilize those athletic tackles. And I think that Mike Solari and Jeff Blasco, they just didn't know what to do from a run game concept and as a passing game coordinator, whatever Blasco was doing and Mike Solari, they just didn't know how to use them.
Right.
Yeah.
And last thing I want to touch on is I was listening to the guy a few calls ago about Hunter Lipke.
Yeah.
He needs to get. I think he needs to be put in the game.
Another example. Yeah, they didn't know how to use Hunter, man.
They don't know how to use. I'm just like just either have him blocking. I mean, honestly, you keep him out there enough, he's a decoy because he is really dangerous with the ball in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that you're not going to game plan Hunter Lipke get the ball 18 times. I get that. But some plays, like them short distance plays that we be trying to have Dowdle go in or Vaughn go in or something like that, man, put that big boy out there, man, and let that man just push the pile. Well, that's all we need to do, man. Like, you know.
Well, Mike, I know how hard you fought for Mike, right? McCarthy.
Yeah, you know that's my boy. I'm trying to keep him out the conversation.
No. But there's an article that I would like for you to read from Pat O.C. Walker, and they want to modernize this offense now. They saying that it was very archaic, and it probably was good. The offense probably was good in 2010, maybe to a degree. The offense probably was good in 2018, 15. Mm-hmm. But they're going to try to make it more up to date, and that's an indictment on Mike McCarthy because what ultimately happened when he first started calling calls and plays again in 2023, a lot of people didn't have tape on that, you know. But they spent all off season, and what people do is there's other millionaires over there on other teams. They will try to make you play left-handed. They're going to see what you can do well and what you don't do well at, and they're going to force you into those things, and they can pick up tendencies, and that's what they did out of Mike McCarthy last season. But I appreciate you, man. I thank you for calling in, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, Law, and go Cowboys, man.
Go Cowboys, man. Yes, indeed. That's Mike, man, the official Mike McCarthy's fan, #1 fan. Got his Mike McCarthy's pictures everywhere. I think he had the bed sheets and everything. But neither here nor there. We can only have speculations at this point, right? If people knew Isaiah could be Isaiah for the Chiefs, that he would have got drafted earlier, right? If people knew what Tom Brady was going to be, he would have got drafted earlier, right? You know, just the bottom line. Brown, too, for the Steelers. He would have got drafted early. Bland would have got drafted early. B-Bird says, and I appreciate you, man, I compare Genty to a Marshall Faulk when it comes out of a SDSU. People question his levels off of competition. Yeah. Also, appreciate you, B-Bird. And Marshall Faulk is man, that's a real good one.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on! You're wasting my time now. Come on!
No doubt, B-Bird with the facts, you know. And that's how it goes, man. But I got another caller, man. Appreciate you. The hotline brought to you by Underdog. Be sure to download Underdog. Use promo code LAW. And for all of your Underdog usages there. From the 310 UN on the Nation, brought to you by Underdog. Talk to me.
What up, Law? It's your boy Elijah.
Elijah. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Oh shit, I'm nervous a little bit, but
good,
yeah,
you good.
I hear everybody talking about getting old linemen and all that, but I just feel like we need to get a receiver or a running back with the first 2 picks.
Yeah,
we can go Luther, we can go Emeka, we can get Caleb Johnson, Amari Hampton, or you can double dip. What's your takes on that?
I think that in this draft, you can definitely double dip at running back. The only reason why I say not to double dip at wide receiver, unless there's a situation and scenario that is an offer that you can't refuse, like some team that just left it up for you. We still don't know who Ryan Flournoy is. To a degree, we used the draft pick for Jonathan Mingo, and it's going to be a run-heavy team. Yeah, Mingo. Watch Mingo and my Mississippi boys.
I like Tober too, but it's like he's going to year 4. What more do we expect out of him?
Right, you're going to year 4. He's a decent blocker, but he's not the best blocker. And if we're going to be doing a lot of running, I want some dogs out there with sharp teeth.
Me too. I'm tired of these poodles and Kit Kats. There's some Rottweilers and pit bulls out there, man.
Facts.
Take the chains off. Do something.
Facts. Sharp teeth, man, with a growl and a bite that you be like, man, them ain't no ankle biters, man. Yeah, so I think Flournoy brings that in, Mingo. So people calling it already a Flamingo, So I think that will be good. But I think that if you can still throw in a drafted piece on a wide receiver, or if we get lucky and get a Cooper Kupp, I get it. People say that he's washed up and used up. Well, people said the same thing to a degree. Not saying that everybody said it, but some people said that a little bit about Saquon Barkley. And he's playing this weekend.
Right. Okay, what about Jahad Campbell, linebacker? You think we can get him?
Jahad Campbell? Roll Tide.
Linebacker at Alabama.
All right, yeah, man, shoot. But you gotta burn a second for him. He ain't gonna be there in the third,
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, all right, I just wanted to tap in, appreciate you taking my call. You have a beautiful day.
You too, Elijah, man. Thank you for calling in, fam. You did a great job too, man. Shoot. Yes, indeed. That's a good call from him, man.
Goodbye.
It's always good, man, when people, if you ever doing public speaking, always, if you are one that's a little stage fright or a little insecure about a few things, just tell people, man, hey, it's my first time up here. I'm a little nervous. And people will lower the expectations of your delivery, right? And when you speaking in front of crowds, it don't matter if it's 100,000, 50,000, 10,000, or 10 people. 3 people is all you need. A person to your right, a person to your left, and one in the middle. And you work those 3, and you utilize that, when you're delivering your speech, Hey, today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and in this particular room, we do have the 12th pick. And you look those 3 people in their eyes, or look at their forehead if you get kind of like skirmish a little bit when you're looking at someone's eyes. Some people had a weird eye stuff, so but just point out 3 people, get comfortable with them, and that will work for the rest of your life. Hey, how you doing? And come on with it, and use your hands as gestures. Gestures, and you'll be able to rock a room. You be able to rock a room. Just get focused on 3, front, right, left. And just work that and continue to practice that. Go to Toastmasters and beyond, because man, speaking in front of an audience can be very, very intimidating, right? And it can make you feel a certain type of way, So all I can say is just continue to call in. If you guys are a little nervous, call in. I don't bite. I try to keep myself well put together, and let's continue to get things going in the right direction. Cowboy Nation, hopefully that someone else can feel great enough to call in and and we'll have some Cowboys conversations on life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, our shortcomings and our pitfalls, and also our joy. Yeah. You're not going to find 10 starters out of a draft. You're not. But we're going to have 10 prospects. And I'm looking for one to tilt the scale. You know, the power of one is a unique thing. The one can go into any number and be sufficient. Right? One leader, one ruler. But that one must identify themselves as that one. I think that they had a movie says, The One, or I Am the One. So if we can fool around and get a one out of this draft, it'll be successful. If we can get 2, oh man, that's amazing. 3, now we kind of rocking the boat a little bit. 4, we in delusional land, right? Come on. And even with those 4 or 3 or 2s, there will be growing pains. There will be mistakes. There will be issues and pitfalls. Can you imagine that life going to give you mistakes and you got to overcome them? But within the confines of mistakes are opportunities for growth. And that's what we're delivering from this particular team. Growth aspect. I hope that Stephen Jones is old enough now to understand that you can't have rookies to get you over the hump. You got to have somebody who already grown. If there's one thing a man should do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was, brother, our rival, brother, rover, brother, the morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. You see, they would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. But those men or friends or fans, you should never call them that, because they bend their lives around the truth to meet their end. See, that truth is a real big one, but the lies stretch real quickly. People would take your words and use them against you. People would take your actions and use them against you. People would take your heart, even your good things that your intentions are of, and use it against you. I'm old enough to remember my late great-grandmother said, and this was just her saying it as a joke basically, that there are people in hell with great intentions, right? Doing things with intentions. But you got to know them. And the difference between knowledge and wisdom, you can be knowledgeable of a situation. I said this yesterday. You can be knowledgeable. A tomato is a fruit. But wisdom is understanding that that tomato don't belong in the fruit salad. That's wisdom. That's old folks saying. Either you going into a storm or you coming out of it. And even if you're suffering, Just understand that even long suffering is the fruit of the Spirit. So you're learning something. Everything is to gain. Cowboy Nation, we've been in a learning phase for over 30 years, 30 seasons. Hopefully, they're learning from it and they learned their lessons. And when it's time for us to walk out and step on glory, we can enter the throne boldly with the knowledge of saying that, hey, thank God I don't look like what I done been through. I remember Booster said, you don't know my struggles. I think he's something like that. Or you don't know my problems. You don't know what I done been through. We all going through something. Baby, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah, baby.
Time to run it all.
10 toes down. Unless you're missing a few. I see you, Jerry.
I wake up,
Lost.
thumb down now.
Nation.
No drip, this.
Time to run it up.
No sleep, no rest.
Come on with
crash,
it.
might wreck, but first I stretch. Time to run it up.
Boozy!
I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check. No drip, this.
You don't know what I done been through.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck.
Hit that rewind, baby.
9 out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants
Shout out to y'all. Eric.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
Sutton.
Thought I could trust you, I found out
Randy.
you tried to zone me.
And B-Bird.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Can't call all lazy.
Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay.
Come on with it.
I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation.
I wake up, flex, thumb
Come on
down,
with it.
now check, no drip, this. Tell 'em run it up.
Right.
No sleep, no
No sleep,
might
baby.
Crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up,
Yeah.
thumb down, now check.
Come on.
No drip, this. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Come on with it.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
Hey.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up.
To my name.
I wake up, flex,
Come on.
down now, check. No drip, this.
Knock the rings out. Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip, this. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up.
Please come home.
What we got?
I got beans and
Bologna.
You liar! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is you! I cannot believe it! Oh. Take the money out!
Greetings, Your Highness.
Come on! You're wasting my time now. Come on! Come on!
All right. Come on. Sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies brought to you by the Playmaker, Law Nation Sports, and Coach Jones. Come on with it. See you. Yeah.
Take a drag of my cigarette, breathe me out, breathe you in.
Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe, save the last bite for you.
And you. What we tell them, baby? Don't let the street lights hit you. Thank you. We about. One love, baby. Street lights hit you. AFC Law, baby. I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, pray it do.
Shout out to you, SoCal, Matt Batten, Jay Lombardi, and Sadiq. Until next time, if we offended anyone, and another one, charge it to my beard, not my heart. I'm the 8th wonder, baby. Hit you all alone. Go Chiefs, I see you. Mahomes, save us one more time. Captain, save us, Mahomes.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be on? Play it too.
What she do? Come on, baby.
Wherever you go,
Whatever you do, play it too. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
feel that far. So far, so far.
Emotional, damn it.
97.5, The Law.
Feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper grain can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.